5 locations island-wide, with Red Bay and 7 Mile open late. Burger King, your community, your burger, your way.
Shaken yet standing firm. This is Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
For the record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. Doctor's Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. Kirk Market, experience a world of choice. JN Money, from abroad to Yad. And Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
We ask our listeners and viewers to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
Live from Radio Cayman Studio.
This is For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you.
For the Record.
Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
With Orrett Connor.
Informative, impartial, insightful.
This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orrett Connor.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, O land of soft, fresh breezes and verdant trees, so fair. Today is Friday, the 7th day of November 2025, right here in the beautiful Cayman Islands. We do hope and we trust that everyone had a restful, peaceful, enjoyable evening. Those of you who are on our roads, we urge you to please, please, please be extremely cautious, whether you're a pedestrian, a cyclist, or if you're operating any type of motorized vehicle. We urge you to ensure that you observe the rules of the road, because the life you save may just be your own. If you have a family member who's a youngster who have not yet obtained their driver's license, or who may have, we would urge you to check out the partnership that has been established between Cineco and Inspire Cayman Learning, because they have developed a wonderful partnership where Inspire Cayman, has classes, including simulators, to provide instruction on driving safely on our roads as well. So you may want to consider that as a birthday gift or as a Christmas gift to a youngster or someone who has just started driving as well. And of course it comes with financial rewards, because you will then get a reduction on your insurance. No, I want to make sure I get that right now. I think it has to do with the a $60 reduction in terms of the class. But if you want to know more about it, then simply go on to the Cineco website or Inspire Cayman Learning as well, and learn more about it. I will find more information and share it with you. Of course, we had a discussion with them yesterday when I guest hosted the Buzz in the Morning. Again, it's all about safety, all about saving lives, keeping our roads safe as well. Those of you who are celebrating a birthday today, or if you've celebrated one over the past few days, we want to wish you a happy birthday or a happy belated birthday, and to remind you that For the Record birthday shout-outs brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shout-outs. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands. You should accept no substitutes. Share a Coke with someone special. Those of you who have lost their loved ones, again, we want to extend our sincere condolences to you. We hope and we trust that your faith will help to carry you through these extremely challenging times, and that the memories of your loved ones will be a blessing. And if you listened on to the proceedings in our Parliament yesterday, and even a few days before that, you would have heard recognition given and condolences, as well as a minute of silence to individuals, including the late Mr. Franklin Smith. We also had the mention of Reverend Crawford, Mr. Siebert Wood as well, and Bobo, Mr. Garland Grant from East End. I hope I haven't missed any, but I'm just going by memory now. But we continue to lose our indigenous Caymanians, and that is unfortunate. And we always want to extend our condolences to anyone who has lost a loved one as well. Of course, we also want to think about those who are ill, and we want to wish you a speedy recovery, whether you're here in the Cayman Islands or at an overseas institution as well. We want to wish you a speedy recovery, and as usual, we give a big shout out to our colleague here at Radio Cayman, Mr. Joel Wilson, as well. So, folks, I want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman, and by extension, For the Record, into your homes, into your vehicles as you traverse the busy roads of the Cayman Islands, into your places of work, wherever that may be. As you know, For the Record is a show produced by the staff and management of Radio Cayman, and it is geared towards keeping you abreast of issues as they arise and play out on the local, regional, and international scene. I'm your host, Orrett Connor, and you're welcome to join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. During that period, our phone lines are open. Of course, in the studio this morning to take your calls, none other than that beautiful radio voice of Miss Susan Watson. You can call us on our toll-free number provided courtesy of Flow. That toll-free number, 1-800-534-8255. You can also call us on 949-8037, 949-6990, WhatsApp 925-3261. So let's look at the birthday shout-outs, and we want to extend happy belated birthday greetings to Miss Sherry Ann Smith. She celebrated her birthday yesterday, and of course she celebrates her birthday along with Mr. Craig Marin, the Badger, one of our Olympians in cycling, as well. Mr. Craig Marin, they both celebrated their birthdays yesterday. Also, Miss Josephine Medina celebrated a birthday yesterday. And since this is going to be a long weekend and there won't be any For the Record until Wednesday of next week, let's look at some of the other persons who will be celebrating birthdays in the upcoming days. Miss Cassandra Taylor will be celebrating her birthday tomorrow, the 8th of November. Miss Omeria Gordon also celebrating her birthday tomorrow, the 8th of November. Happy birthday to you, Miss Omeria, when it comes. Thea Shea also celebrating a birthday on the 10th of November, Monday the 10th. Bonnie Thompson also celebrating a birthday on the 10th. Bob Croft, Monday the 10th as well. Judy M. Campbell on the 11th. Tuesday the 11th, Mr. Wardley Connolly, also celebrating his birthday on Tuesday, the 11th of November. Tiffany Anderson, celebrating a birthday on the 11th, Tuesday the 11th, as well as Zoe Vassell, also celebrating a birthday on the 11th. And to remind you that these birthday shout-outs brought to you by Coca-Cola, who are proud to support your birthday shout-outs. Coca-Cola available across the Cayman Islands. You should accept no substitutes. Share a Coke with someone special. So let's look at our newspapers, local newspapers today to see what is in the headlines. If we look at the Cayman News Service, one article, grassroots wealth. Gotta bear with me here, folks. Dealing with a computer now. Okay, grassroots wealth neglected over the last 15 years. And then there's another one. NCFC presents record budget of over $2.5 billion for the 2026-2027 years. Also, what else do we have here? Minister Anglin confirms year-end surplus of over $10 million for 2025. So there will be a surplus there. And this may have been a little bit later down the year. So that's it for Cayman News Service. The Compass, their headlines. Government announces a record $2.5 billion spending plan. Budget. Debt increases but remains within fiscal framework. You've heard the phrase or the acronym, the FFR, which is the framework for fiscal responsibility. And you would have heard in the past that there were, I think in the last report that was made on that, I think we were in breach of possible one, maybe two of those provisions of the framework for fiscal responsibility. So they have pointed out that this budget now will remain within the framework. Also, Anglin pledges bipartisan healthcare costs probe. That is extremely interesting. And also, an article, immigration changes could hit Cayman jobs, Hugh warns. That is the leader of the opposition, leader of the Progressives, Mr. Honorable Joey Hugh. And this is attributed to him, that immigration changes could hit Cayman jobs. Also, Cayman being featured in London. London taxes decked in VA Cayman branding for travel industry event. Let's go to the positive ones first. Many positives here, but let's look at this one. And it basically says that the Cayman Islands Department of Tourism brought Cayman's VA Cayman message to the International Travel Industry District with a fleet of iconic London taxis to help spread the word. To mark the campaign ahead of the world travel market, more than 100 London black cabs were adorned with the Welcome to Vacay message, encouraging UK residents to escape the cold winter temperatures for some Cayman Islands sunshine. An estimated 45,000 travel industry professionals were expected to attend this year's World Travel Market held in London between the 4th and 6th of November. The annual event is one of the largest travel industry events worldwide, with 5,000 exhibitions from more than 180 countries as well. So we're trying to entice Londoners, the Brits, to come to the Cayman Islands, an island that legally they own, legally they control as well, and we're trying to attract them, to come here. We do know that those who have family members working and living in the Cayman Islands, that they do visit the Cayman Islands on a regular basis. But I would venture to say from a purely tourism standpoint, a genuine tourist who has looked around and said, this is the country that I want to travel to, without having any other connections like family members living there or whatever, the Brits usually go to Portugal, Spain, Greece, and those countries rather than coming to the Cayman Islands. So kudos to DOT for trying to attract more Brits to come to the Cayman Islands. You would hope and expect that because of our long connection with the UK, that more and more would know about the Cayman Islands. But surprise, 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 many of them don't know much about the Cayman Islands. And I would venture to say some of them may not even care about the Cayman Islands. But again, we need to promote the Cayman Islands. We want to get tourists here. We want to get tourists who are going to spend money, who are going to appreciate what we have here in the Cayman Islands as well. With that, we're going to take our first commercial break. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, he hath founded it upon the seas.
Captain Joseph James Anglin, 1899-1982.
Captain Joseph James Anglin was a sea captain who sailed to the Mosquito Keys, Nicaragua, Cuba, and Tampa, Florida. Married to Alvis Christina Chrissy Ebanks and the father of 12 children, he was a God-fearing Christian and a preacher in church. Known as a good neighbor, he helped to build a strong community.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. A traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way. Positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or belly fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit CaymanAirways.com/cargo.
When you choose Cineco Motor Insurance, you're not just getting coverage. You're joining a community that cares about protecting you and your loved ones. Why Cineco? Personalized coverage tailored to your needs. 24/7 claim service, always just a call away. And peace of mind with CARE roadside assistance for flat tires to towing anytime, anywhere in Cayman. Ready for a quote? Visit Cineco.ky. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
This summer, happiness is better when you share it. Coca-Cola invites you to share a Coke with someone special. Grab an ice-cold Coke and find a name. Maybe theirs, maybe yours, maybe a surprise. Because nothing says you matter like sharing a smile and a Coke. So who will you share a Coke with today? Find your name, find your friends, and share a Coke. Available now. Stores island-wide.
Get ready, Cayman. Gimme Story is back. 5 nights, 5 locations. East, West, Town, Pedro St. James, and Cayman Brac, November 4th through 8th. Enjoy local food, laughter, and stories from Cayman's best alongside world-renowned international storytellers. Show starts at 7 p.m. Fun for the whole family. Hosted by the Cayman National Cultural Foundation. For more details, check their socials at Cayman Culture. Gimme Story 2025. Welcome to Storyland.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. Question: how many of you are planning on traveling anytime soon, in particular traveling to the United States? There are many persons out there who are curious because we have not heard anything from our aviation authorities here in the Cayman Islands, nor have we heard anything from our national carrier, Cayman Airways, to my knowledge, about the effect that the decision by the United States government to cut flights amid the U.S. government shutdown, since we haven't heard anything yet, what will happen here in the Cayman Islands. We do have a caller, so I'm going to go to that caller instead, but I will share more information about this, with you, and hopefully we'll get something from Cayman Airways as to whether or not that reduction in flights will affect Cayman Airways or, in general, any carrier coming to the Cayman Islands as well. Let's go to our phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. O.C. Good morning to all our listeners. How is everybody?
Good morning. I'm fine, sir. How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm okay. Here at the eastern end of Cayman Brack, nearby the lighthouse, doing the memorial tribute for Memorial Day of the biggest tanker in the world, right to the northeast of the bluff here now, carrying out Memorial Day honors. Will be given 10 long blasts of the horn in about another half an hour when it's at the nearest point.
Mm-hmm.
Also, tributes for the life and honoring Mr. Franklin Smith, a good friend of mine, and Mr. Seabert Wood, Mr. Leonard Bawden. There were three great seamen that we lost here very recently, within the last week. So tributes are being done for them, and the Indian captain passed deepest sympathy and condolences to all the family members of the fallen seafarers. They call it fallen seafarers. And say, may God's richest blessings be with the family. That's from the Indian captain of the world's biggest tanker, Toya. And quite interesting, I drove 11 miles from my house to here. Got up here around 6 o'clock. And I could see it with my binoculars 26 miles away. That's the longest distance I ever sighted a ship in my life because of the humongous tanker it is. It's 8 stories high, the building from the deck, and the deck is like 90 feet above water at the stern.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir, and it's going to Texas to load this valuable American crude oil and going straight back to India for making gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel. And then the Americans are selling the oil to India, India refining it, making gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel, and selling it back to New York and Port Everglades and other places like that. That's
of
how
course.
The world trade.
Yeah, of course.
How the world trade go.
Mm-hmm. Of course, that has to do also with the United States discouraging and coming to an agreement with India to stop purchasing oil from Russia. And as a result of that, that's why you're seeing activities like this now, where the oil is being shipped to India. That is a part of the agreement, part of the compromise that has been made as well.
Yes, sir. And the 6th largest tanker in the world is passing here tomorrow, loaded with Texas crude going to India as well. As Japanese owned as well. So we have never had so many of the world's biggest tankers passing the Cayman Islands that it has been during the last year with this valuable American crude oil that every country wants it because of it being a very thin grade of oil. I remember my brother, Captain Scott, the docking master with the tankers, telling me when they disconnected the hose on the ship's deck, he's seen the oil and it looks like engine oil. It's such a thin grade. It doesn't cost as much to refine it, so that's why it's such a valuable oil. Guyana got the similar kind as well, light crude oil. Anyway, I want to say that a company has a giant tanker sent to Kingston Harbor, docked up with all kinds of supplies, medical supplies, blankets, food supplies, building materials. They loaded it in Panama. It's a natural gas tanker, among one of the biggest in the world, but the company that is supplying the tanker to do the power plant in the Old Harbor Power Plant in Kingston, they have donated this tanker for the use of transporting relief supplies from Panama to Kingston, Jamaica, and it's there with about $2 million worth of food supplies, medical supplies, and building materials and everything. They got it stored on the tanker's deck from Panama. That's very unusual. They didn't have a job for the tanker to do, so they used her as a humanitarian transport tanker.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yes, sir. And Kingston Harbor is back in operation. That yesterday they had 10 ships alongside there. That was impacted as much as the other places being further west.
Okay, Mr. Raymond, thank you very much for that information. We have reached that point in the show where we have to go to our 8 o'clock news. Thank you very much. When we return, we want to talk more about this cut in your flights, commercial flights to and within the United States, and whether or not that will have any adverse effect as far as our national airlines or those other airlines that are coming to the Cayman Islands and returning to the U.S. as well. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
Thank you, Mr. Connor. And studio time by Foster's is 8 o'clock.
The experienced team at Foster's Pharmacy are here to help. Drop off your prescription while you shop or WhatsApp us and we'll prepare it, ready for your arrival.
Whether you need prescription or over-the-counter medications, blood glucose testing, or advice on vitamins and supplements, we're here early in the morning to late at night. Both of our locations at our Camana Bay and airport stores are open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., Monday to Saturday.
For more info, visit fosters.ky/pharmacy. Foster's Pharmacy. Better health because we care.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Karsley Fuller. The government's budget for the next 2 years was tabled in Parliament on Thursday. All told, there's an expected $2.58 billion in revenues and $2.54 billion in expenses in 2026 and 2027. To meet all of government's planned capital investments over the period, the budget includes borrowings of up to $236 million over the 2-year period.
The proposed borrowings will only be used to fund the government's capital program over the 2026 and 2027 financial years, and will not be used to fund operating expenditures, as the latter is adequately funded by operating revenues.
Tabling the appropriation bill, Finance Minister the Honourable Rolston Anglin stressed to MPs that the government's debt-to-GDP ratio will average about 8.5% over the 2026-27 budget period.
Over the 2026-2027 budget period, the government will continue to keenly monitor its cash reserves and cash needs, and will only draw down on the loan funds if and when it is absolutely necessary to do so. As a result of existing and new borrowings, the government is expected to incur financing costs of up to $21.5 million in 2026 and $30.7 million in 2027. These expenses cover the interest payments and other financing costs associated with core government's portfolio of debt.
So if government borrows the full $236 million, government's end-of-year debt balances will be just under $579 million for 2026 and $633 million for 2027. Mr. Anglin says government is planning to repay some $50 million in 2026 and $57 the following year.
Just as we do in our personal lives, when we have significant and meaningful capital infrastructure that is required, such as building a home, people borrow, we borrow. However, you borrow within the limits of what you can afford and what is prudent. So too is the government's actions over the 2026 and 2027 fiscal years.
Debate on the bill will take place on Tuesday, so make sure to tune into our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM at 10 a.m. to hear the proceedings live. Another cabinet meeting, another session of shuffling budgets. At their October 29th meeting, Cayman's leaders pulled $3.9 million from the submarine cable budget and $1 million from the line item infrastructure and development. They reallocated that $4.9 million to the land purchase budget. Along with this, Cabinet approved the purchase of 5 parcels of land north of Shamrock Road, just east of the Church of Latter-day Saints by Red Bay Estates. Cabinet is also looking at raising immigration fees. They approved the issuance of drafting instructions to amend Schedule 1 of the Government Fees Act. This would increase fees for naturalization and registration as a British Overseas Territories citizen, as well as the introduction of a filing fee for registration as a British citizen. Cabinet also quashed an application for construction of a dock and cabana on Crown seabed, but approved a coastal works permit to reconstruct a previously approved dock and an additional extension. No location information was provided for either of those projects in the meeting minutes, which you can find online at gov.ky. And in court news, a Jamaican national is the latest overstayer set to be deported following his guilty plea in summary court on Thursday. Here's Radio K-Man's Chevy Ebanks.
Rami Morrison, a 29-year-old Jamaican national, pled guilty to overstaying his permitted time in the Cayman Islands. The offense dates back to December of last year. Magistrate Gunn sentenced Morrison to 60 days imprisonment. He remains in custody and is set to be deported following the completion of his sentence. In delivering the sentence, the magistrate emphasized that overstaying is a serious offense, undermining the safeguards designed to protect both the country's borders and its labor market, not only for Caymanians, but for those who have the legal right to work in the jurisdiction. The magistrate noted that Morrison's case was aggravated by the fact that while residing illegally, he also engaged in employment. She stated that such actions deprive legitimate workers of opportunities they're entitled to. She further remarked that the duration of Morrison's overstay was, quote, not an insignificant amount of time. Jevi Ebanks, Radio Cayman News.
I'm Carsley Fuller.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit caymanairways.com/cargo.
This hurricane season, don't wait until the last minute. Store before the storm. Stock up now with at least 1 gallon of water per person per day for a 3-day supply. And don't forget pets, the elderly, and nursing mothers. You'll need water for drinking and daily needs. And rest easy knowing the Water Authority is working hard to protect our water systems, keeping pumps, pipelines, and storage secure so you'll have safe, reliable water when you need it most. Be prepared. Store before the storm.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Britcay, where people come first.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 84 degrees. Relative humidity is 76%. The barometric pressure, 29.92 inches and rising. The wind is east at 5 knots. Overnight low was 77 degrees. Synopses indicate light to moderate winds along with slight to moderate seas are expected through the weekend over the Cayman area as a weak pressure gradient lingers over the Caribbean. Radar imagery show isolated showers in and around the Cayman area, drifting towards the west-northwest. Now the forecast for today calling for partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of showers, and temperatures will rise near the mid-80s with a heat index of 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Your winds will be east to southeast at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet. Tonight, we can expect partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of showers, and temperatures will fall to the upper 70s tonight. Winds will be light and variable, and seas will be slight to moderate with wave heights of 2 to 4 feet as well. Today's high tide will occur this morning at 8 minutes past 11 and low tide this evening at 5:14, with a high tide again tonight at 10:25. The sun will set this evening at 5:48 and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:30. And the outlook is calling for light to moderate winds and slight to moderate seas from tomorrow, along with a few afternoon showers through Sunday morning. And that's the very latest on your weather report.
Let's hear it for your Wildcat cheerleaders.
Aunt Angie, weren't you a cheerleader?
The best in the Western Hemisphere, until I attempted that switch kick, double twist, roundhouse.
Huh?
Exactly. I must have been in the air for 20 seconds before I fell into that snare drum. I set a world record, though, and thankfully I could trust the CG Medical Portal with my claims. All 37 of them.
The CG Medical Portal. Safe and secure. CG Brit-K. Good like that.
The 8 a.m. weather update brought to you by
CG Brit-K, where people come first.
Since 1976.
Covering Grand Cayman, no Cayman, Cayman right. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. Healthcare Pharmacy, caring about your health for the past 25 years. Radio Cayman's premier health show.
Alzheimer's and dementia, are they the same disorder?
Yeah, I think that's a very important question.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
For the Health of It with Tara Bush.
Is heard on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. and on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Brought to you by Healthcare Pharmacy in Grand Harbor, where they care about your health. Transfer and refill your prescription online. Visit healthcarepharmacy.com. KY or call 947-8900. Healthcare Pharmacy, now with a second location in Governor's Square. Healthcare Pharmacy, where they care about your health.
For the Health of It, heard on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. and repeated on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. Brought to you by UHealth International, University of Miami Health System. International patients go to UHealth International for consultations with renowned physicians, advanced treatment technologies, leading-edge medical therapies, and state-of-the-art surgical procedures. Whatever your particular reason for going to UHealth International, you will receive customized medical care delivered within a compassionate, multicultural setting. The care you need when you need it.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Did you know ordering your favorite sandwich from Subway just got easier? Yeah, picture this. No more waiting in line. No more fussing with cash. Just a delicious taste of Subway at your fingertips. With our new app, ordering your go-to sub is as easy as a few taps on your phone. Plus, receive exclusive deals and earn loyalty points with every purchase made on the app. Download the new Subway app today and get ready to ditch the lines and drive straight into your flavor. Visit the App Store or Google Play Store on your mobile phone and search for Subway Cayman Islands. Subway. Eat fresh.
Good morning. Let's see what's slowing and what's flowing with our traffic check. As we look to the east on Shamrock Road, further up, traffic flowing pretty good. Further down, a different story as traffic is bumper to bumper. As you approach the Linford Pearson Highway, traffic also bumper to bumper. Slow moving traffic on Cool Road. Coming off of Bobby Thompson Way, steady traffic and moderate flow of traffic on Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue. Coming from the Westway 4-way stop, traffic flowing pretty good. On the Westway Road in front of the Ritz, traffic is moving at a good pace in both directions. Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue flowing at a moderate pace. And on North Sound Road, steady bit of flow in traffic. Heading towards the Industrial Park area, expect moderate flow of traffic and steady bit flow in traffic coming off of the Ashley Tibbetts Highway. Steady traffic on Huldah Avenue. If you see any accidents, let us know by calling us at 949-6990. Edward Street, traffic is flowing at a moderate pace. And that's the very latest on your traffic. Join us again at about 10 minutes past 12. We'll give you another look at traffic. Remember, click it or ticket.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Enjoy a delicious start to your day with breakfast from Subway.
Since 1993, Rotary Central has worked diligently each year to provide quality bus shelters to our community. a traveling convenience to our school children, the elderly, young people going to work, guest workers, and visitors using the public bus. We, Rotary Central, help you, our advertisers, make it happen. Your marketing dollar travels a far way. Positioning your message, your product, your services, your presence in over 83 bus shelters. Every dollar you spend, every advert you place helps to build another bus shelter, providing modest comfort for Cayman travelers. Reserve space now on the only billboard medium in the Cayman Islands. Email rotaryshelters@gmail.com. rotaryshelters@gmail.com. The Bus Shelters, a partner in community convenience. Another inspiration program by Rotary Central Cayman Islands.
The 7:20 a.m. Weather Report, Monday through Friday, is brought to you by Credit Union. On the road to 50 years of serving our members. Visit creditunion.ky to join today.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. No guests in the studio, so the phone lines are open. I just want to mention also that Mr. Raymond Scott, the person who reports maritime activities from the BRAC, and you heard his voice earlier this morning, he will be celebrating his birthday on Sunday, I believe, Sunday as well. So we want to wish him happy birthday in advance as well. We do have a caller. Let's go. Caller just left us. Hopefully they'll call back. That will give us an opportunity, or give me an opportunity, to talk about the passengers facing global disruptions as flights are cut amid the U.S. government shutdown. So the Guardian newspaper reports, and this is an article by Oliver Holmes and Edward Helmore, that the U.S. government's order to make drastic cuts in commercial air traffic amid the government shutdown has taken effect, with major airports across the country experiencing a significant reduction in schedules and leaving travelers scrambling to adjust their plans. The Federal Aviation Administration has said the move is necessary to maintain air traffic control safety during a federal government shutdown, now the longest recorded, and with no sign of a resolution when air traffic controllers have gone without pay. It says that while airlines have started to reduce domestic flights, global hubs such as JFK in New York, LAX in Los Angeles will be affected, meaning delays and sudden changes that could have a cascading effect on international air traffic. And the Brian Bedford, FAA administrator, is quoted as saying that we are seeing signs of stress in the system. We are proactively reducing the number of flights to make sure the American people continue to fly safely. So as of today, this morning, more than 800 U.S. link flights had been canceled, according to flight tracking website FlightAware. The data showed about 4 in 5 cancellations globally were related to the U.S. Since the beginning of the shutdown, which began last month after a breakdown between Republicans and Democrats over spending plans, air traffic controllers have been working without pay, which has already caused delays. I don't want to focus too much on the political part of it, more about the flight and the flight safety. So the U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy has announced 40 high traffic airports across the country that would need to reduce flights. A 4% reduction in operations at those airports has taken effect, but this will increase to 10% over the next weeks as well. So again, the question is, what effect, if any, will it have on flights to the Cayman Islands? What effect, if any, will it have on the schedule of our national carrier, Cayman Airways? Question again is whether or not the traveling public in the Cayman Islands need to be advised of anything, need to know more about it, or do they have to wait until they reach the airport to find out that maybe their connecting flight in the U.S., has been canceled or delayed or whatever? Communications. We need to let people know. Does it need to happen here in the Cayman Islands? I believe so. Let's go to our phone lines. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, O.C. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine. How are you?
Hanging in here. Pretty well almost recovered from my 50th surgery last month. But calling to say happy birthday to Mr. Raymond. I didn't know he was in November. Mine is coming around the corner, but I'll let you know about that later on.
Okay.
The month. And my deepest condolences going out to Mr. Siebert. We worked at the airport together. And Mr. Leonard Borden, family of mine as well. And one of Cayman's great musicians is gone again. It's not much musicians left. Last night I was sitting down thinking about them, Mr. Jonathan Banks from Northside, Grady, so much good musicians, Jam Mitch, and now Mr. Leonard. One time when I was the house band with Mr. Ken Davis in a combo, we were at Holiday Inn. That was our full-time job for 2 years, and they had a little showdown, Jam Mitch and Leonard, because they were both good keyboard players and both good guitarists, Man, that was something that was remembered for a long time. They both played Yellow Bird, and then, who could, this one came and said, let me show it this way I do it. And then we had MacArthur Madison came in, and let me tell you. So I'm just saying to say that, Cayman musicians are going, I think, and I'm kind of on saying that I know Mr. Bunny, Alan Miles, Adlin, and myself is the three oldest ones now that is left in the Music Association, But, we're going, the Caymanians are going fast, and my condolences go to all of them.
Okay, thank you very much, and good to know that you're recovering well as well. Good, great news. Let's go to our next caller. I think that's a WhatsApp caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. O'Connor.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Okay, and you?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay, do you know the minister that's in charge of the landfill?
Do I know the minister that's in charge of the landfill?
Yes.
I believe that's the Minister Catherine Ebanks Wilkes falls under health, I believe, but I will double check just to make sure.
Okay, because concerning the landfill, the population in Cayman is a lot more people now than before.
Mm-hmm.
And if they continue to put more garbage into the landfill than what they're taking out by recycling, that garbage dump is only going to get worse. And I don't know if it's possible, if you're able to get the minister and also Mr. Sims on your show.
Okay.
That we're able to ask them questions that are concerning. Because if they don't have what we call vertical blowers installed in that garbage dump, where there are pipes that come from the bottom of the garbage dump that collect gases, methane, hydrogen, and sulfide, which releases the pressure that is caused by heat. That if they don't have these blowers installed, it could cause a serious explosion. And it's been known now that at the Kirk supermarket, the stench from the garbage dump is very strong in that area. So it shows you how strong the gases are in that garbage dump. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, caller, for that as well. Any other callers on hold? No callers on hold at this point in time. So, what I want to share with you, something that I spoke about earlier, the partnership between Inspire Cayman and Cynical. So, starting from the top. So it is called a Safe Driver Program. So what is the Safe Driver Program? Safe Driver Program, it's a Cynical and Inspire Cayman training partnership. Cayman Islands National Insurance Company has partnered with Inspire Cayman Training to launch the Safe Driver Program, a new initiative designated to give young and inexperienced drivers the tools they need to become safer and more confident on our roads. And I must say, we have quite a few of inexperienced drivers on our roads. I believe we produce them every day. I don't know to what percentage we produce every day, but I'm sure that we produce new drivers, inexperienced drivers on our roads every day. Says with an increasing number of vehicles in Cayman, road safety is more important than ever, particularly than ever. New drivers are particularly at risk, with inexperience often contributing to accidents. So the Safe Driver Program directly addresses this through a combined classroom and simulator course, which covers risk recognition, fatigue, alcohol and drug awareness, and the importance of making responsible decisions behind the wheel. So the program is open to drivers 17 to 20 years old and those with less than 2 years driving experience since the first issue of their Cayman Islands driver's license. So if you have a driver's license and you've had it within the last 2 years, this is aimed at you as well. Program participants that are referred by Cynical, if you're referred by Cynical, you will receive a reduced rate from Inspire Cayman Training, and also upon successful completion of the program, you can qualify for a reduction in motor insurance premiums. Says that although program participation does not guarantee insurance cover, participants that are referred by Cineco still receive the reduced rate to attend this course. I'm going to pause there for a second and say that we need to find a way, a government needs to find a way to make this program mandatory for all new drivers. They should make it mandatory for anyone who is seeking to obtain a driver's license. So you should have to undergo this training before, and this would tie in very beautifully with what I have said over and over again, that you should have to provide proof that you have undergone some type of classroom training before you're allowed to even schedule your driving test. We do know that when family members teach other family members how to drive, what do? They teach them their bad habits. So you need to go to a knowledgeable, to a professional entity or person to learn the skills and to learn the proper and legal way to do these things. Question is, who is eligible to be referred by Cineco for the Safe Driver program? In order to qualify, program participants must fall into one of the two following categories. Young drivers 17 to 20 years old, and I believe that there's a reason for that, but I would venture to say that you may want to look to expand that 20-year period to longer than that. 17 maybe to 25 may be the range that you would want to. So you have to be a young driver, 17 to 20 years old. Also a new driver or a new driver with less than 2 years driving experience since the first issue of the Cayman driver's license. Folks, this is so timely, and this needs to be expanded. Kudos to Cineco for putting it in place. What skills will Safe Driver participants learn? They will learn how to improve road skills with a driver simulator competence-based training program. They will learn how to recognize risk and potential consequences. They will learn how to recognize the effects of fatigue and tiredness that contribute to crashes, and they will also learn to never use alcohol or drugs, especially when driving as well. Safe Driver program, a partnership between Cineco and Inspire Cayman Training. A great initiative, an initiative that I am certain will save lives as well. What we need to do, we need to take this to another level, expand it, and at some point in time, make it a mandatory program for anyone seeking a driver's license in the Cayman Islands. With that, we're going to take a commercial break. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite Band-Aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. Don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
When you choose Cineco Motor Insurance, you're not just getting coverage. You're joining a community that cares about protecting you and your loved ones. Why Cineco? Personalized coverage tailored to your needs. 24/7 claim service, always just a call away. And peace of mind with CARE roadside assistance for flat tires to towing, anytime, anywhere in Cayman. Ready for a quote? Visit Cineco.ky. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
Brandysaur's Home Gallery is proud to celebrate 55 years of innovative and excellent service to the Cayman Islands. To mark this milestone, we're having a 25% store-wide sale from Saturday, November 1 through to Saturday, November 15. Every department, every brand, every item. Save 25% on appliances, kitchen cabinets, custom closets, bath vanities, tubs, sinks and faucets, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more. Plus, enter for your chance to win a $5,000 credit towards the purchase of a complete bathroom or kitchen makeover with free design by our professional designers. Come celebrate with us and enjoy 25% savings. Hurry! Sale ends on Saturday, November 15. Brandysaur's Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park. Call 623-5000 for more information.
Saturday at 7 p.m. on Breeze Radio. Tune in to your yesteryear musicals Remembrance Day edition, remembering our Cayman Islands veterans and others who gave so much. Some gave their lives in defense of freedom and democracy. There will be special narratives and, of course, music to fit the occasion. Your yesteryear musicals Remembrance Day edition, Saturday evening at 7 o'clock on Breeze Radio. 105.3 FM in Grand Cayman and 91.9 FM in Little Cayman and Cayman Brac. Breeze Radio.
There you go, sir. Thanks for choosing JN Money Transfer.
Boy, thanks to JN Money Transfer, I can stay right here in Cayman and pay mama bills back home in Jamaica. Her water, light, phone and other bills never late. Every month I pay everything in one place.
Make payments to over 30 companies in Jamaica through JN Money Transfer. Fast, affordable, convenient. Call 1-800-744-1163 for details.
This is For the Record.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. One of our listeners has responded to a previous caller who spoke about the methane, the vents for methane and other gases at our landfill. Some people would prefer to call it a dump rather than a landfill. I'll use the politically correct term and call it a landfill. So the person has pointed out that there are methane wells that are at the location now, but not enough. They do have some, but not enough as well. So at least we know that they've thought about it. We know that they have taken some action in that regard as well. What I must say that what we haven't heard recently and is any fires at the landfill, or at least any major fires at the landfill as well. That's good news also. So we want to go and back and look at some of the announcements made yesterday in our parliament in relation to our budget. I think this one is extremely important. Minister Anglin talking about making a pledge of bipartisan healthcare costs probe. I think it'll be more than bipartisan because we also have members of the independent members who are not necessarily directly associated with the PPM opposition. So it would be tripartisan. Is that a word? Not sure. I have to check. But certainly it would be more of a cross-party. Nope, not that word. Not that terminology either. But it would involve all of the various groups in Parliament. So, cross-party. So the Compass has reported that a cross-party committee is to be set up to tackle the high cost of health and property insurance. Finance Minister Orrett said yesterday. He said that the government would lead an economic and actuarial review of both markets and look at the feasibility of national health care and property insurance plans designed to stabilize premiums, boost resilience, and improve access. He told Parliament, and I quote, "Our healthcare coverage and property insurance markets have been largely distorted by the fact that government typically takes all of the risks while the private sector takes all the profits. That model cannot continue in this country. We must ensure that what we do in Cayman is best fit for our market and our conditions." And then in an invitation to the opposition, Minister Anglin said opposition members would be invited to join forces with the government to help. He added, and I quote, "This review will entail the establishment of a bipartisan committee to make its recommendations on the possibility of creating such a national offering." The article goes on to say that Joey Hugh, the opposition leader, said after the delivery of the budget speech that he welcomed news of the bipartisan approach to health care. But he said his People's Progressive Movement was concerned that there was not enough in the budget. There's some grammatical errors here in this sentence. In the budget to provide immediate relief to Cayman residents struggling with the high cost of living. Anglin added he hoped the MPs on the cross-party group put political rivalries and egos outside to work hard to draw up proposals for health care and insurance coverage. He's quoted as saying, "We are going to establish a committee housed within the Ministry of Finance and Economic Development that is not just going to be government and then making a report to the opposition." He said, "I implore the members who will be on the committee to review national health care and healthcare coverage to work diligently and tirelessly, check political differences and egos at the door." And we have heard that terminology before, where the government has said that when it comes to caucus and everything else, that their members, they leave their egos at the door. He noted that paying for health care is one of the single biggest costs to the modern Cayman family, and so if we can do a better job at seamlessly delivering those services and protecting our families in their times of crisis, that is healthcare crisis, and protecting their properties. Going to pause there. We do have 2 callers. Let's grab 1 caller before we go to our break. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. First caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Mr. For the Record.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, Doc. How are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Okay, listen. A few things.
Mm-hmm.
Your announcement about the cynical and what's it?
The partnership, Inspire Cayman Learning.
Yeah, about driving.
Mm-hmm.
Well, where is that going to lead to? What is the policy? What is the end result? What are they looking to do? Because without enforcement of the regulations you have of the road law, enforcement of the rules of the road is the most important thing. You can have as many classes and as many programs as you want, and you can tell people this is what they should do and what they shouldn't do. And as soon as they leave the building or they leave the classroom, they go and do the opposite.
But don't you think that it's an opportunity to at least reach some drivers?
It's
You may
an
not.
opportunity. What they should be doing is enforcing the law. For instance, I know people who have their car tinted. They take the tint off to go to get the car registered, and as soon as they leave, they put the tint back on. The same thing at night. It seems like they refuse or they do not understand the rules of the road.
Mm-hmm.
4 bright lights from either direction behind you and ahead of you coming, and they do not, and you dimming your lights to show them dim your lights because you're approaching another car. It's like I don't try to drive at nights anymore
Mm-hmm.
because it's very dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Doing 80 miles an hour in the 40-mile zone, in and out, or taking cars and so forth. If you had enforcement on the roads, police enforcement on the roads to stop those drivers and to penalize them for breaking the law, the message would soon get out. You have to have deterrent, not speak to people and make edicts sitting down in your office and telling people. You have to have enforcement. It's ludicrous to say that they're going to have this program and there's no enforcement of the rules of the road.
Mm-hmm. But bear in mind now, Doc, this is cynical and Inspire Cayman, a partnership that is outside, even though Cynical is owned by government, but the enforcement part of it is the RCIPS and their traffic division.
You can Inspire Cayman as much as you want, but if you don't have enforcement,
Uh-huh.
they just, what's good at the inspiration?
Got you. Yep.
So another thing, some people called me about, I think it was last Monday or last Friday, I can't remember, about the work permits, about people who come on work permits without jobs and people who come on fake jobs.
Mm-hmm.
I am saying that when you bring people in, it's a part of the new law should be that when you bring people in and they have a work permit, if it's a legitimate work permit, to make sure that they have work and so forth, you have within 14 days after they land, you should have to report to works as to where they're working and the location of their workplace. And also, at the same time, you should have to inform works where they're living and what address they're living, and so that works can contact them, because it is no use to just saying, okay, well, you have a legitimate work for them,
Mm-hmm.
then you bring them in the country, and then they left for the next year or two, and work does not know anything about where they're working or where they're living. So you have to have. You see, you just can't just put people, because I know of people who come and you have 2 families living in a one room facility. I mean, how can we allow that to continue in the country? It's just not good enough. And God forbid that we don't have break up with some incurable disease or a pandemic here. with the workers, because you know that when the new hotel opens, one hotel want like 500 people, next hotel wants 700 people work permits, because we're not producing enough people to fill those positions, and even some of the people don't want to work in some of those positions. So that is reality. That these people are going to have people come in. So you see, what we're doing, we're just piling the place up with all of these things, but there's no regulation. That there is with regulations, but there's no enforcement. You have to have enforcement. People talk about Singapore and all that kind of stuff as a model, but in Singapore they have enforcement. I just saw a woman who left Bali, who was in 10 years in jail, an English woman, a grandmother, and she was caught with drugs, and she was on a death row, and then they commuted her death sentence. I mean, I'm not saying that should happen in Cayman. They should be put to death, but you see, there's strong enforcement of their rules. You have to have strong enforcement, or you can't just leave people to do what they want to do.
Agreed, Doc. Sorry, I have to interrupt you there. We have to go to a commercial break, and then we do have guests, but are we going to start with them after the news at 9 o'clock? Yeah, after the break. Okay, folks, please stay tuned. We're going to have guests in the studio after this commercial break. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning.
Ouch!
When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
She hear clunk and her car stop. I was just about to send her some money, so I send it straight to her JN Money Transfer card. It cost me less, and perhaps she use the card, pay the garage right away. She'll get discount through the JN Rewards program in Jamaica. This card make things easy. You can even get funds at any multi-link ATM.
JN Money Transfer Card. Fast, affordable, convenient. Tell your loved ones in Jamaica about it. Sign up is free.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit caymanairways.com/cargo.
Starting January 1, 2026, the minimum wage in the Cayman Islands will increase to CI $8.75 per hour. This change is designed to ensure fair pay and to support workers across the islands. Whether you're an employee or an employer, it is important to understand how this adjustment affects you. Learn more about the new rate, how it's applied, and what it means for your workplace by visiting gov.ky/DLP or email minimumwage@gov.ky.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
For the record, with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We do have guests in the studio. We have about 7 minutes and then we're going to return to our 9 o'clock news, and the discussion will continue with them afterwards. So we will be talking about the Cayman Islands Regiment as well as the Veterans Association, and course, we will be talking about Remembrance Day here in the Cayman Islands as well. So I'm going to ask our guests to introduce themselves, tell us what they do. Good morning. Welcome to For the Record, starting on my left.
Good morning. My name is Captain Theo Kelly from the Cayman Islands Regiment.
Okay.
Good morning. My name is Joseph Watler Jr. from the Cayman Islands Veterans Association.
Yes. And that last name Watler goes a long way back in terms of history in the Cayman Islands.
Sir.
Rodriguez Watler, known as Mr. Rodder Watler as well. Deep lineage in the Cayman Islands as well. So tell us a little bit about the regiment. Even though you've been around for quite a while now, people have gotten accustomed to you, make the headlines, and do very productive work for the Cayman Islands as well, keeping us safe.
Well, thank you for the compliment. The Cayman Islands Regiment is an organization that prioritizes in HADAR, which is humanitarian aid, disaster relief, and internal security for the Cayman Islands. I said during the HADAR aspect, what we do or what we train in and try to provide aid in is urban search and rescue, that kind of activities. We also do organization in relief support, and the biggest aspect is support to our emergency services. So fire, RCIPS, prison. That's pretty much our remit in a nutshell.
Okay. And the Veterans Association, Mr. Watler?
Well, the Veterans Association in Cayman is mainly it's a support group. It's an association of Caymanian international veterans of traditionally Allied forces and other military member sections. So what they mainly do here in Cayman is, as one of the main events is Remembrance Day, Poppy Appeal, and the veterans also support local veterans, and it's to provide like charity and community works and as representation for local veterans and as a regular community group.
Okay, and you provide support to those veterans as well. Yeah,
sir.
Now, in talking to someone earlier, I believe that you really don't receive much, or if any, support from the government. Let's say like the seafarers do.
Oh, yeah, not particularly. I'm not too versed in that. The executive members could clarify on that, but I'm told, it's not too much from the government at all.
Okay, so let's talk about Remembrance Day and what Remembrance Day is all about. Who wants to take that on?
I'll leave it to the vets first. I'll jump in.
Okay.
Well, Remembrance Day is remembering mostly the Second World War.
I want to bring that mic a little closer.
So the main...
Yeah, I can move.
I mean, what do we remember, really? It is our losses, loved ones and stuff, but what was that for? To me, Remembrance Day is remembering who we are, what we fought for, our freedom, democracy, Christianity, and against tyranny and false ideology and false religion.
Okay.
And that's what we remember who we are by remembering what we've lost and why we're here.
Yes.
No, he summed it up very well. I would say from our perspective is one, to show respect for those who have fallen. It is ultimate sacrifice. I said obviously to give a highlight on persons, because ideally reason I'm in my position now is because of them. So no mean to be very colloquial, but it's a very good big up.
Yes. Now, in my day, my younger day, Remembrance Day is one of those days that we looked forward to as well. Of course, I was in Cubs and then in the Scouts as well.
I was in the Cubs too.
Okay. And it is a day when all congregations, irrespective, of what religious group they represent, all come together. For instance, I used to attend the Church of God Chapel, which is where Kirk Freeport is there on the waterfront now. And I would go in my uniform to the parade at Emsley Memorial Church. After that was finished, then I would go back to my Church of God for the service as well. Some would stay and attend the service at Emsley Memorial Church as well. So we all looked forward to it. Do we still have the same concept is still there in terms of the uniform services all represented and the laying of wreaths and everything?
Yes, sir. That's actually the schedule plan for this Sunday for the parade. So, yeah, as you mentioned, all the uniform services will be in attendance with their own contingencies. It's a laying of the wreaths. I think the families who are going to lay in organizations have already been selected. They've been told what to do.
Okay, gentlemen, we're going to go to our commercial break for our 9 o'clock news. I believe, Ms. Susan, when we return, we're going to be joined by Mr. Lox LeBanks on the phone as well. So, folks, don't change that dial. Please stay tuned. We will continue to talk about Remembrance Day coming up on Sunday. And why we also wear the poppy, the significance, of the poppy as well. Some of this you may have heard before, but it is worth repeating because Sunday is right upon us. So don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
The Turtle Center is hosting its annual Pirates Week turtle release at 10 a.m. today at Governor's Beach, where healthy, head-started green turtles raised in the center will be released into the wild. The event not only celebrates Cayman's heritage, but also highlights the Turtle Center's dedication to restoring local turtle populations. In international news, hundreds of flights in the U.S. are canceled today after airlines were told to cut traffic during the government shutdown. Domestic flights at 40 of the country's busiest airports will be affected as officials try to ease pressure on air traffic controllers. The Federal Aviation Administration says reductions will start at 4% of internal flights before rising the full 10% by the end of the week. It warns that up to 4,000 flights per day could be affected. Control towers at the airports have been grappling with absences of air traffic controllers who are either calling in sick or taking side jobs as they work without pay during the federal government shutdown. Several of the largest U.S. airlines are assuring customers they'll be able to get full refunds for the canceled flights. And the Duke of Sussex has apologized to Canada for wearing a Los Angeles Dodgers hat while attending a World Series game against the Toronto Blue Jays. Prince Harry joked that he was, quote, under duress when he wore the bright blue cap during the epic Game 4 of the World Series in Los Angeles. He thought it was the, quote, polite thing to do after being invited to the game by the Dodgers owner. His headgear choice upset many in Canada, a Commonwealth nation, who criticize him for not showing his allegiance to the realm or to the only Canadian team in Major League Baseball. Prince Harry's father, King Charles, is the head of state of Canada and of 13 other Commonwealth realms. Those are your headlines. I'm Carsley Fuller.
More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
At HSA, we strive to provide the highest standard of care with compassion, integrity, and dedication. And so we say thank you, Cayman, for continuing to make us the most awarded organization on island by voting us the best of Cayman Islands in 9 medical categories. Your support reminds us why we do what we do, to serve the Cayman community with kindness and excellence. To find out more about our award-winning services, visit hsa.ky. At HSA, we are committed to caring for you.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We are talking about Remembrance Day Sunday. We're talking with representatives from the Cayman Islands Regiment as well as from the Veterans Association here in the Cayman Islands. We do have Mr. Loxley Banks, who's on the phone as well with us, representing the Veterans Association. Mr. Banks, good morning, sir. Welcome.
Morning, Explosive.
Okay, we're going to throw you right into the conversation, here as well. Go right ahead.
Well, I think, it's Remembrance Day coming up, and the actual ceremony takes place on Sunday, which is in 2 days, and the poppy appeal is still ongoing, and, the poppies give us quite a bit of support for help that we render to veterans in the Cayman Islands community that need help. And of course, on Sunday morning will be the functions at the cenotaph in Georgetown in Elmslow Churchyard, and everybody's invited to that. There'll be, of course, a special remembrance to a veteran, former veteran, who now passed away. But we do that. We've been doing that every year for the last 2 or 3 years. So, it's remembrance time here in the Cayman Islands, and we should never forget the contributions that the Cayman Islands veterans made to basically what we have here today, helping to build a foundation that we could build on. Mm-hmm. We need to get that educational aspect more frequently in the community.
Okay. And we know that you have some stories, to tell about, various events that took place. But we have one here that we're going to ask Mr. Watler, to share with our listening and our viewing audience as well, sir.
Okay, this
bring that mic a little closer to you. Yes.
Should be my great grand uncle, Mr. James Ladner Watler. That's who me and my father are named after, actually. Mm-hmm. He was the first son of my great grandfather, Mr. Joseph Rodriguez Watler Jr., known as Roddy, or Major Rod. He was born in 1915, and he was a third officer on the HMS Glandio. And they were torpedoed off the coast of South America on their way to India, between Africa and, say, Brazil, right in the center there. And initially they had survived the attack. He was a third officer, so he was in charge of safety and stuff like that. So he got a lot of his shipmates into 2 boats, 2 lifeboats, and they stayed together for about 2 weeks until they decided that they couldn't get to land and they didn't see any rescue, so they decided to separate. And the one that he was on was never found, so it's thought that that they were intercepted by the same U-boat, U-172, a German U-boat that torpedoed the merchant steamer. And the boat that separated, one was found. They told what had happened, the incident. They were torpedoed and then they separated, but his boat was never found.
Wow!
So that was November 2nd, 1942.
And do you know how many souls were on his boat? An idea?
Let's see.
Yeah,
he was 26. That was.
So, folks, while he's looking for that, just want to remind you, or we'll have Mr. Loxley, who's on the phone there, remind us, of Sunday. And Mr. Banks, we also, want to talk about the significance of the poppy as well.
Yeah, well, the poppy is the symbol of sacrifices that were made by soldiers all over the world. And when I say soldiers all over the world, that also includes, seafarers. When in wartime, and even today, most of the goods that are circulated around the world under this caption called trade are transported by sea. And it is even more important during wartime. So a lot of the Caymanian seafarers of the World War I era and World War II era, and I'm not sure that there's a lot of seafarers out to sea now, but they sailed under the British Admiralty or the United States Army Transport Service. So they all had basically military status. And, their sacrifices, as you just heard Joe describe about his granduncle, I think, and as you go through history, there were many of them whose story really is not complete, has not been completed, because some of them just went down into the blue, unknown to the world. Well, I shouldn't say the world, but unknown to the Cayman populace. And the stories will never be told, but the sacrifices that was made with these military affiliate persons, it's vast. And I think the Cayman Islands per capita had one of the greatest number of people involved in direct military support of freedom and democracy in the world. And it probably still stands today. So as we look back over history, it's important that we recognize the contributions that veterans made to build the foundation that we see here today, because all you have to do is just flip your mind to the other side and think, if the Nazis had won the war, where we would have been. So it's a time of remembrance, and I think hopefully the community will take that to heart, and not only during this period, which is usually from the middle of September through the middle of November, when we start talking about the Remembrance Day functions. An actual Remembrance Day, or Armistice Day, as it was first known, was created right after World War I, the end of World War I, when the war was ended on the 11th month, 11th hour, in a railroad a railroad car, I think, in the city of Versailles, France. In fact, I believe the treaty at that time was called the Treaty of Versailles. So it's a lot of history behind the Cayman Islands veteran, and they have served from the Spanish-American War, or maybe even a little further back than that, all up through history. World War I, World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, and all of the other major scrimmages that have taken place around the world, the Iraq War, Afghanistan War, and you name it, and you could probably find some Caymanian connection in there somewhere.
Okay, going to pause you there for a second, Mr. Loxley. Mr. Watler, were you able to find any details in relation to how many souls were in that particular lifeboat that your relative was on?
Oh, with the lifeboat, no.
Okay.
With the losses of that ship, HMS Clandeo, it was 25.
25?
Yeah.
Wow. Quite a loss.
So a significant amount of them actually survived. Because I think there's probably like 100 or so on the ship.
Okay. Mr. Banks, we're going to ask you to hang in there. We're going to go to a commercial break. When we return, we want to get the regiment more involved in this conversation as well. We want to talk about their preparations for the Remembrance Day parade as well. I do recall, I believe that they may have been practicing for the parade, but it's not unusual to see members of the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service in the parking lot in the afternoons out there going through their drills and stuff like that. And I wonder whether or not the regiment does the same as well. We'll hear more about that as soon as we return. Don't change that dial. Please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Saturday at 7 p.m. on Breeze Radio. Tune in to your yesteryear musicals Remembrance Day edition, remembering our Cayman Islands veterans and others who gave so much. Some gave their lives in defense of freedom and democracy. There will be special narratives and, of course, music to fit the occasion. Your yesteryear musicals Remembrance Day edition, Saturday evening at 7 o'clock on Breeze Radio. 105.3 FM in Grand Cayman and 91.9 FM in Little Cayman and Cayman Brac. Breeze Radio.
Brandosaurus Home Gallery is proud to celebrate 55 years of innovative and excellent service to the Cayman Islands. To mark this milestone, we're having a 25% store-wide sale from Saturday, November 1 through to Saturday, November 15. Every department, every brand, every item. Save 25% on appliances, kitchen cabinets, custom closets, bath vanities, tubs, sinks and faucets, Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and more. Plus, enter for your chance to win a $5,000 credit towards the purchase of a complete bathroom or kitchen makeover with free design by our professional designers. Come celebrate with us and enjoy 25% savings. Hurry! Sale ends on Saturday, November 15. Brandosaurus Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park. Call 623-5000 for more information.
What's that on the horizon?
That's Cayman, our national treasure. Call the crew, all hands on deck. Pirates Week 2025 is here.
Join the excitement at the annual Pirates Landing and Float Parade, Saturday, November 8th at 3 p.m. in Hogstye Bay.
Experience the pageantry, the music, and the magic as pirates invade Georgetown in true Caymanian style.
Celebrate. That's Cayman, our national treasure, with family-friendly fun all day long.
Visit piratesweek.com and follow us on social media at Pirates Week Cayman for the full calendar of events. Proudly brought to you by the Ministry of Youth, Sports, Culture and Heritage.
For the record, with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We're talking about Remembrance Sunday coming up this Sunday. Remembrance service, the laying of the wreath will take place as well. We have Mr. Loxley Banks from the Veterans Association on the phone with us, and we have representatives from the Cayman Islands Regiment and the Veterans Association here in the studio with us. So we want to talk about the regiment and the preparations for the Remembrance Day service as well. And if you could include in it how many members of the regiment will participate, because I know that sometimes they try. In my day, we used to like to have the big parades, the huge parades, because it wasn't a lot of other things to get excited about. So the larger the parades, the better. Now I know quite recently they have been selective and limited those entities that are participating to a certain number. I don't, but you can tell us about that, sir.
Sure, no problem. Well, to answer your question, as similar to other emergency services, what we do drill rehearsals as standard. Obviously, I think the time you saw our CPS in the parking lot, that's probably the last major rehearsal. A lot of us were coming together.
Okay.
So that particular practice was, from my perspective, went, as it did. It's a slight improvements, but in the margins, we have been rehearsing a bit more. Actually, even last night, to be honest.
Wow.
In terms of our numbers, currently we have persons who are selected for training overseas and stuff. So it might be on a bit on a smaller scale. That doesn't diminish the effect, obviously. I said one thing from my personal experience in the regiment, I found that a lot of the members enjoy drill. I said, and they like the representation for it. I said, so they'll bring their best, which is all I ask from them. In terms of other stuff, we actually do support with the Poppy Appeal. The Veterans Association has access, to be at Foster's and the other supermarkets asking for donations, giving back, and even interacting with the public on the importance of Remembrance Day. Poppy is what Mr. Loxley and Mr. Joseph mentioned, and as I've mentioned previously at the beginning of it, it's for lack of a better phrase, a big up is not even warranted from my view. And so this as persons have given their lives, anybody within a uniform, creating a positive effect for change, and so it should always be respected and appreciated.
Yep. And Mr. Loxley and Mr. Watler, we know that as far as the Veterans Association is concerned, how have your numbers been looking? Have there been a decline in the numbers, or do we see an increase when those, because I do believe, does it include anyone who currently served, even though it may not have been in any conflict? Do you include those in your membership as well?
Yeah, I think
Mr. Banks?
as long as you served under some military command within the Commonwealth, and of course this includes the U.S. services. Yeah, they're veterans, so they're accepted into the Veterans Association. We've got veterans in the association from the German forces, and I think also some other armed forces around the world, but mainly the Cayman Islands Veterans Association consists of veterans from the UK services and the U.S. services, U.S. Military services, and the association with the U.S. military and the UK military goes way back, and it has been sort of consistent throughout the years. And but you ask about if we're getting an increase in numbers. No, our numbers are actually decreasing, and the demands on the Veterans Association is increasing. But there are a lot of young veterans in the Cayman Islands society, like Joe there, who's in the studio with you, and they're aware of the Cayman Islands Veterans Association, and we have made efforts to try to get them involved in the association, because as the older veterans pass on, we need replacements. Evermore, it's becoming more demanding on a lot of us who does not have the capacity to meet a lot of the demands. So it's important that the young veterans out there, get involved in the Cayman Islands Veterans Association, because their contribution should never go unheard of, and it should be maintained at a greater level throughout the coming years.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the Poppy appeal itself, and how successful it has been over the years. We know, for instance, that it led to the creation of the British Legion, and it continues to provide vital support for veterans and their families, ensuring that who served are remembered and supported as well. Why is that so important?
Joe, you want to take that?
Joe? Yeah.
Okay.
Bring the mic to you. A little closer, sorry.
Restate that last part.
The fact that the Poppy appeal, when it first started, it resulted in the creation of the British Legion. And as a result of that, we see now, today, where the Poppy appeal continues to provide vital support for veterans and their families, and those who to ensure that those who served are remembered and supported as well. Why is that so important?
To remember.
Yeah, and to continue to support those who served and their families.
Well, a lot of veterans actually need support services, because a lot of them are wounded, and a lot of them have PTSD and stuff like that. So they come back with a lot of emotional trauma. Me myself, I didn't have too much physical damage or emotional trauma as such. I was in a more modern time, and I was on the USS Abraham Lincoln, the ship aircraft carrier. So I wasn't in country, but the people I've seen come back from there come back with significant life-altering injuries and mental problems. So that would be the main facet of support for the Veterans Association, Veterans Department of Veterans Affairs in the States. Excuse me. And the family support as well, and to make sure that veterans and their families know that they're not forgotten and that their contributions are not say set aside the minute they are not there. Yeah, like they're forgotten the minute they're not in service.
And on a personal level, how long did you serve?
Between 2010 and 2012.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, a compelling story of a Cayman Islands veteran, Mr. Elgin Scott, does illustrate just what Joe has said. I mean, if you listen to his narrative of his experience, you know, and he came back and I think lived a fairly, I would say, good life. Of course, he moved to Texas, and but he was back and forth to Cayman all the time. But for people to be able to survive those kind of experiences, you know, it's a wonder that to begin with, it was a wonder that they ever survived the initial experience and that they come back and sort of live normal lives. And there were many of them in Cayman that went through these very extenuating experiences and came back and lived what you could say fairly normal lives. So, you know, kudos to the resilience of the Caymanian veteran.
Okay, with that, we're going to go to a commercial break, folks. We're talking about Remembrance Day ceremony taking place here in the Cayman Islands on Sunday. When we return, we want to talk about the minute of silence that is, and the period of time that takes place and the significance of that as well. Folks, please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Shipping to the Cayman Islands is fast, reliable, and seamless thanks to Cayman Airways Cargo. Need it faster than ocean freight? Cayman Airways Cargo offers multiple cargo flights to Grand Cayman from Miami weekly, so your packages, whether big, small, or in between, will arrive in no time. You can even use a Cayman Airways Cargo US address for your online shopping. Cayman Airways Cargo is also the only carrier providing air freight services for Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Contact us today and see why Cayman Airways Cargo was voted as Cayman's best cargo and logistics company in the Best of Cayman Awards. For details, visit caymanairways.com/cargo.
Your dream home starts with a vision, and often inspiration is at the heart of that vision. Brand Source Home Gallery's in-house designers are here to help bring your vision to life. Whether you're remodeling or building a new home, Brand Source Home Gallery is your one-stop solution. Explore their kitchen cabinets, sinks, faucets, bath fixtures, tubs, vanities, and more. Let Brand Source's designers help and inspire you with your next project. Call 623-5000 and schedule an appointment with a design expert at Brand Source Home Gallery, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, serving Cayman for 50 years.
Start the festive season with Spotlight on Holidays at the John Gray Memorial Church in West Bay. Enjoy an evening of music with top artists, including Glenn Inonga, Nicole Bodden, Eric Nicholson, and more. Sunday, November 23rd at 6:30 p.m. The fundraiser will support the music ministry in the church with a special offering taken during the service. Refreshments served after. Magical moments start with music. Sunday, November 23rd at 6:30 p.m. at the John Gray Memorial Church.
Tune in every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. for Radio Cayman's Midday Newscast. Radio Cayman, the people's station, your trusted official source for the latest news. The 12 p.m. news is proudly brought to you by Health City Cayman Islands. World-class healthcare within your reach.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite Band-Aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. But don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy, and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. Our guests, they will have to leave us around about 9:45. We have Mr. Loxley Banks on the phone with us as well. He represents the Cayman Islands Veterans Association. In the studio, we have Mr. Joseph Watler Jr., also representing the Cayman Islands Veterans Association, and Captain Theo Kelly, representing the Cayman Islands Regiment. And we're talking about the Memorial Remembrance Day service being held on Sunday. We've talked about the significance of it. You've heard some stories about actual events that have taken place, as well. And of course, Mr. Joseph Watler Jr. right here in the studio, he recently served in the United States Navy
Yes,
on board an aircraft carrier, the
USS
Abraham Lincoln.
I was on a squadron, an anti-submarine helicopter squadron that was on the Lincoln. Yeah.
And she's still in service, right? That Abraham Lincoln.
I believe so.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is it the Lincoln or the Eisenhower that the U.S. government has now posted off the coast of Venezuela? I believe, yeah.
I think it might be. I'll check too.
Okay.
It's a Gerald Ford. It's a Gerald Ford off the coast.
Oh, Gerald Ford? Oh, okay. See that? Our regiment representative here, keeping up with everything as well. So, gentlemen, let's talk about the 11th hour. We know, was it 11th hour of the 11th day? The significance of that. You want to start off, with that, Mr. Kelly?
No problem. I think it's the 11th month, 11th hour, 11th day.
Yeah.
So what we do is it's a moment of silence for fallen servicemen and women. It's those who have suffered in all wars, conflicts, and peacekeeping operations. As ultimately is a sign of respect to them for their service.
Joe, anything you want to add to that?
11. Some people say, or they call it angel time.
Oh, okay.
And 11. Yeah, like Mr. Loxley was saying, that was originally Armistice Day.
Yes, Armistice.
World War One, and when that was the first time Germany had declared war on the Allies, and the Treaty of Versailles was then enacted on the Germans then in November 11th.
Okay, Mr. Banks, I think you wanted to add something to that as well.
Yeah. Just that the Remembrance Day really emanated immediately after that Treaty of Versailles. 11th hour, 11th day, 11th month, and it just mushroomed within the Western powers, the Western world, and the Commonwealth countries, and today. In today's world, it's celebrated all around the world in different forms and fashions. The U.S., I think, terms it Veterans Day, but there are big celebrations throughout the U.S., or let's say in remembrances throughout the U.S. during this period, and the U.K. very much so, as we do here in Cayman. And, it's important that these things are perpetuated throughout the society, because if you did an audit of the Cayman Islands society at this time, you'd probably find out that probably upwards of 55% of Remembrance Day really does not have very much significance in their psyche. But they're here, part of the community. So, we have to make sure that they understand the importance in the Cayman Islands heritage and cultural aspect of Remembrance Day. And I think I'm going to have to take leave of you in just a little bit, so I'm going to sort of opt out at this point. I got another commitment here coming up very short.
Okay, well sorry, go ahead, Mr. Banks.
Remind everybody about the ceremony, the Remembrance Day ceremony at the Emblem Memorial Churchyard in front of the Cenotaph on Sunday morning. And we're asking that everybody be there and be seated by 10:30 so that things can get off on schedule. And, it'll be a great experience for those of you who have never experienced it before, and those of you who have experienced it before. It'll be good to keep it flowing through your consciousness.
And one quick question before you go, Mr. Loxley. The service that will be held at Emsley Memorial Church after in Emsley Memorial Church, is it connected then to Remembrance Day as well, like the sermons as well?
Oh yeah, everything is sort of built around the Remembrance Day core. We're there remembering the sacrifices that veterans throughout the years made, and especially the Cayman Islands veterans, because they're the ones that are being honored on Veterans Day or Remembrance Day.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Banks. Mr. Kelly, one of our listeners wants to know whether or not, like some of the other uniform services, whether the regiment has like a separate uniform for parades, or do you wear the same uniform throughout?
No, similar to the other emergency services, we have separate uniforms. So ours are actually, our ceremonial is white with gold and blue trim, similar to our flash colors that I have on my right shoulder. But, so no, we don't wear camouflage. We wear camouflage on parade.
Okay, that's good.
Unless I have specifically requested, but no, we have our own ceremonial uniforms.
Okay. We have about 5 minutes. I want to give you an opportunity to recap, what we've spoken about, anything that you may have missed out, and any closing comments that you want to make in terms of the war, the effects of it, how it can be prevented, especially from you, Mr. Watley, even though you may not have seen active action in duty. You actually served in the military, and just simply serving can be treacherous because you never know what may occur at any point in time, as well.
I mean, I wasn't boots on the ground, but we were at war on the War on Terror Operation New Dawn. Yeah. So we were providing what I was part of them would be providing the maintenance and loading of the military hardware that would go in. Yeah, to at the time it would have been Afghanistan and Iraq. So part of the War on Terror.
Yeah. Okay, and any final comments? Anything that you want to say, to our veterans out there, or the families of our veterans?
It would be great to see a good turnout this year. Participation by people who maybe even have been to one yet. If they could come and participate, especially this year, being 2025.
Yeah. And the freedoms that we enjoy and their ability to be able to go out there comes as a result of the sacrifices that have been made, by those, and some who have made the ultimate sacrifice, as far as giving their lives, like, one of your relatives.
Yes, that'd be, I think this year is the 80th year since 1945. So this is pretty significant.
Yeah.
Year. Yeah.
Certainly. Mr. Kelly, we can do a little bit of recruitment for the regiment, at the same time if we want to as well. Yeah, let's Before your closing comments, tell us about the regiment. Anyone interesting, how the recruitment goes, as well, and the extreme benefits that can be accrued from being a part of the Cayman Islands Regiment.
No problem. First of all, Veterans Association, my apologies. Didn't need to take the recruitment away from you all. I said the Cayman Islands Regiment should be recruiting soon.
Come out.
Yeah, should be recruiting soon. I don't have a date confirmed as yet. I said the benefits of it is that if you want to get involved in community service, I said I think this is one of the best avenues. There are other training opportunities once you've arrived in local abroad. I said, as Mr. Watler can attest to you, I said the brotherhood and sisterhood within a military faction, locally and abroad. I said it's, from my experience, bar none. To get involved with a regiment, my best advice would be to be able to pass a fitness test. So if you're genuinely interested, start from now. So ensure that your 2-kilometer run is under 11 minutes, maximum press-ups, maximum sit-ups. So and that's upon entry. In final comments, I said, Mr. Watler, to you and your family, and to all the veterans of Cayman Islands, thank you for your service. I said, I'm sitting here literally because of the acts you all have done. I said, much appreciated. I said, I want to final comment just to reiterate, Mr. Loxley, services starts at 10:45 a.m. Attendees and participants are asked to sit by 10:30 a.m. I said, reminded not to cross the parade ceremony. Is at Emsley, as you mentioned. And so for those in the Brock, is at the Government Administration Villa and Grand Cayman, District Admin in the Brock, if I remember correctly. And we'd encourage everyone to wear your poppies. And also, just a big up Veterans Association again. For those who want to get involved, obviously reach out to Mr. Watler, reach out to Mr. Loxley. I said, to be involved, learn a bit more about Cayman history and how, even as back as I think it's the Caribbean front. I think it was a West Indian.
The Home Guard. We had the Home Guard here in Cayman,
yes,
and then there was the TN Trinidad Naval Reserve, TNRV. I've seen some articles about that as well. And many Caymanians served there.
Yes, I've heard stories from my personal family about members who've gone to the Trinidad one. The Home Guard was actually new to me. So I made a trip down to the archives and so found that quite interesting. So if you like history and have interest, there's a lot of stuff there. We as Caymanians have been involved in a lot of stuff that we don't take credit for. I think, as Mr. Loxley said, one that shows our resilience, but also shows our humbleness, which is very attractive to me in that aspect.
Okay, great. And of course, Mr. Roddy, played a huge part in the Home Guard.
Oh yeah, he was in charge of the Home Guard.
Yes. And we should say to those persons who may not attend the ceremony as well, just give that recognition at 11 o'clock. A moment of silence in remembrance of those who made the ultimate sacrifice, as well. So wherever you are, 11 o'clock, just take a moment to reflect and, also to honor those as well. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Thanks for all that you do and all that both of your organizations represent here in the Cayman Islands, as well. While we do not have, a military per se, what we do have certainly contribute towards the development and the safety, of the Cayman Islands. We know during natural disasters and everything, the regiment, is there as well. So we want to thank you for all that you do. Folks, we're going to take a commercial break. When we return, we will have a few minutes with the phone lines open again. There may have been some persons who were attempting to call in earlier, but we had to accommodate our guests. So we want to give you that opportunity. Please take advantage of it as well. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
When you choose Cynical Motor Insurance, you're not just getting coverage. You're joining a community that cares about protecting you and your loved ones. Why Cynical? Personalized coverage tailored to your needs. 24/7 claim service, always just a call away, and peace of mind with CARE roadside assistance for flat tires to towing anytime, anywhere in Cayman. Ready for a quote? Visit Cineco.ky. Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
My mom's a superhero. She always knows what to do when I feel icky. Yesterday, we went to West Bay Pharmacy, and they had everything she needed. Medicine, my favorite band-aids with dinosaurs, and even flavored vitamins. Mom says they keep our family healthy. I think they're magic. But don't tell anyone. I think superhero shop at West Bay Pharmacy. West Bay Pharmacy, where the superheroes shop. West Bay Pharmacy and Centennial Towers. Convenient quality care is just around the corner.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
At Kirk's Home Center, we can make your life much better. We got it all together. We got a great deal in store for you. From cookware to stereos, from power tools to plumbing supplies. Yeah, we got the best goods with the best price and a service to make you smile. At Kirk's Home Center, we got a great deal in store for you.
RC Fusion is proudly brought to you by TCE Paint Shop, Farmers and Artisans Retail Market, and My Canda Cleaners. RC Fusion, weekdays 10 a.m. to 12 midday, right here on Radio Cayman 89.9.
RC Fusion.
Radio Cayman Energy. For the Record with Orrett Connor.
Good morning. Welcome back to For the Record. That was an enlightening interview with Mr. Loxley Banks, Captain Theo Kelly from the Cayman Islands Regiment, and Mr. Joseph Watler Jr. From the Cayman Islands Veterans Association. And we know Caymanians out there, they want to know who you're for. So Mr. Joseph Watler Jr., of course, he is the son of Mr. Ladner, very popular Mr. Ladner Watler, who worked for the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service and also was involved in marine activity here in the Cayman Islands, the marine officer, as well. Well known, well liked in the Cayman Islands. 10 minutes to go. We do have a caller in the WhatsApp. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Welcome, caller. Morning again. Talk to me.
Yes, concerning what you were speaking about earlier with Cynical, with our young people driving. Yeah, my greatest concern about our young people when it comes to driving is to let them know the seriousness of using their cell phones while they're driving.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, caller, for that. And we've seen many incidents of, people trying to text and drive at the same time and ending up causing serious accidents with fatalities as well. Let's go to the next caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Yes.
Hey, how art thou?
Don't. I'm good. Don't get scared. I'm not trying to call to have no confrontation or to try to take over your show.
I'm shaking in my boots, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I hope that's not what you believe. I heard your panel on there talking about the fought what took place back in the day to make us who we are, and for us to enjoy what we are enjoying. We might have done that, but who are we? Who are we? And what it is that we're enjoying? What is it that we are enjoying? Us, because the people that we make reference to that went and fought were our people. They were our people, and we went when our island was not directly threatened, but we went. Our people went and did what they had to do. You can say, I heard you made mention that because of the freedom now we enjoy. Right? Yeah. Okay. Might have been for that, but who are we now as a people? Where our people went and did what they did, and came back home and continue to just mosquitoes and the likes, and continue to do what they had to do to get us to the point where it attracted other people who wants to come. Now they come, and that's okay, because as you know, we welcome lots and lots of people, but don't come and look us with a scorn. Like nowadays, don't come look at us like a scorn and talk down to us and try to tell us. The word they often use is that not because we are who we think we are that we are entitled. And I can tell you, in my opinion, I am entitled. I am entitled. 7th generation came in 1796. That gives me entitlement.
Yes.
And anybody that don't think that gives me entitlement, you tell them come see me. Okay?
Yep.
So we need to start having a more identification of who we are, identifying who we really are. That is being swept under the rug, too easily. And too many of us are afraid to speak up because we don't want to offend others.
Yep.
No, see, I have a Easterner, father is Indian Jamaican, who went to England with her little daughter to university. Brilliant girl, and she was spit at on the sidewalk walking with her little girl because she got this Indian look. Go back to India. You want to come here to take with the English people job? She wasn't there to take with nobody job. She was there getting education, paying the institution. That's how they treat us. So you might do that to me over there, but you don't come in my backyard. Do that. What I say? The rooster crow louder in his own ground. Yeah. So I would hope that on Wednesday you had crow a little louder on your own turf. but according to some people, some people say match it was half, and some people say that the deputy leader won the debate. So I don't know. I don't know whether I'm being biased in saying that you took charge.
And it's not about winning or losing. And at the end of the day, we're still all friends and stuff like that. It was good. It was good talk show activity, though. If we were measuring the ratings, I would say that the ratings would have gone up pretty high.
Yeah.
But you mentioned something, Lord Graham, before talking about our forefathers and everything. And while we can't really compare being in merchant marine on oil tankers and oil ships, we can't compare that to being, at war. Our seamen faced many challenges, out there. We have had seamen who lost their lives on ships because of explosions and things of that nature, as well. But those were the persons who laid the foundations for the modern Cayman Islands that we have today. They're the ones that put down the seed money for development in Cayman. They put down the seed money.
And the ladies,
Yeah.
twist the strand and send rope abroad to sell, to put money in the economy too.
Yep.
Them too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking about Osi, a lot of our men might not have been directly on the front line of war, but they were out there on the sea, like you say, defensively. They had no defense, and they were being torpedoed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them lost their lives out there being with boats that was torpedoed.
Yep.
Yeah. And some survived, but what they went through to survive, floating in the sea for
days,
many days before being rescued.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
we had some who ended up, you've heard Mr. Loxley talk about this more than once, who ended up in German concentration camps.
Concentration camp, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we paid the price too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Lord Graham, thank you very much. We got some news here about the mosquito control. I'm going to share that. That just came out this morning at 8:10, and it says that for the past 2 weeks, the teams at MRCU have relied solely on ground units while our aircraft underwent maintenance. Ground operations are effective for targeted control, but cannot cover as much area as aerial treatment. Aircraft missions are the most efficient way to reach large sections of the island affected by the Aegis. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that other one. If it was Aegis aegypti, I could say that, but it's not. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. The species, which is the species responsible for the heavy biting currently being experienced. Yeah, let me tell you, they bite hard. I've never had my skin itch before when mosquitoes bit me. And this time around, that is what's happening. And no matter what hour of the day that you're out there, it could be the bright sunshine, and those mosquitoes are out there as well. But why is it that MRCU always talk about the aircraft being down? Why is their aircraft always down? The other question is, maybe we need to have a spare aircraft if we don't already have one. We may need to, to have that as well. So they go on to say that yesterday evening, the 6th of November, aerial spraying was carried out over South Sound, Red Bay, Prospect, Patrick's Island, Savannah, Rackley's, Lower Valley, Northward Road, Beach Bay, and Bordentown, ending in Midland Acres. This evening, the 7th of November, operations will focus on the north side area, followed by the West Bay Peninsula and East End over the weekend. They go on to say that, as always, operations are guided by data. MRCU combines field observations, traps, public reports, and historical trends to determine where and when a targeted treatment for maximum impact. I'm going to pause there and say, you want data? Open up have a hotline for people to call in to say whether or not there are mosquitoes in their area. You'll get enough data from that as well. There is no excuse. I am told that the operations at the MRCU are not what they used to be. And maybe either the Auditor General needs to look into it to see whether or not we're getting value for money. I know we're getting mosquitoes for money, but whether or not we're getting value for money, I am not sure. Should the Ombudsman look into it? Should the Auditor General look into it as well? I am told that things are not well at MRCU, and that is why we are having these lapses as far as mosquito control is concerned. We know that Christmas comes in December. We also know when the mosquito season is as well, and we should be prepared for it, and we have not been prepared. So that is my condemnation of MRCU today, and I say so without any apologies whatsoever. We are sick and tired of hearing about the aircraft being down. You cannot continue to sell that same story to us. If that is the case, then put in a request for an additional aircraft so that there is some redundancy there as well. Folks, it's going to be a long weekend. We urge you to please be safe. Remember the Remembrance Day ceremony on Monday, and also that at the 11th hour, please observe a moment of silence for those who sacrificed to keep us safe, to keep us free, and for us to enjoy all of the things that we enjoy today. Don't forget, we are our brothers and our sisters' keepers. There is always someone out there who's less fortunate than we are, and we should extend a helping hand to them. In particular, we remember the people of Jamaica at this point in time as well, in their hour of need, and we want to continue to support those legitimate organizations, make sure that they are legitimate, that are seeking assistance, either monetary or otherwise, and contribute where you can. With that, I say to you, have a great weekend. Please stay safe. Continue to support your radio station, Radio Cayman. Join Charlo, Mr. Charles Glidden, at 12:15 for Talk Today. And as usual, we ask the good Lord to continue to bless these three beautiful, wonderful Cayman Islands.
For the Record, proudly brought to you by
Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. Doctor's Hospital, peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctor's Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066. And Cayman Airways, call them on 949-2311 to book your nonstop flights to Los Angeles and Panama. Kirk Market, experience a world of choice. JN Money, from abroad to Yad. And Cineco, keeping Cayman covered.
If they are talking about us,
living in your head rent-free all this time.